The time is 12 o'clock. Here is the media news. First, the top stories. Ogun INEC set to resume continuous voter registration ahead of 2019 polls. Presidency says it will not be distracted by elite criticism of its anti-graft war. Kano Emirates dismisses allegation that Emir Sanusi squanders 6 billion naira. Senator Adeleke buried in his Ede home amidst weeping by supporters. In foreign, US submarine arrives in South Korea amidst warning from North Korea. French presidential candidate quit as party leader ahead of runoff poll. I am Damilola Aroyeun, bringing the news in detail shortly. The Ogun State Office of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) says it has taken the delivery of materials and equipment for the resumption of the continuous voters registration exercise as from Thursday in the state. Equipment and materials taken delivery of include the digital capturing machines, consumable and public enlightenment posters for sensitization of the electorate on the registration exercise. The state INEC head of Voters Education and Publicity, Mr. Leo Kedife, who made this known to Rock City FM in Abeokuta, explains that the preparation has started with in-house training of staff and updating of software of the computer machines. He adds that the computer machines and other materials are being distributed to INEC office in the state, and also areas where the exercise will hold for now, and later to other identified areas across the state. And Kedife enjoins eligible voters of 18 years and above to visit registration centers at INEC offices in their respective local government areas Monday next week to Friday between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. He asks those who participated in the recent voter registration exercise whose names did not appear on the voters register to register. He, however, warned against double registration, saying those yet to collect their payment voter cards should visit where they previously registered and fill forms for transfer of their PVC. Ogun State Chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), Akeem Ambali, says he remains the state chairman of the union despite being sacked by the state government. Ambali, speaking with newsmen in Abeokuta as part of activities marking the forthcoming 2017 May Day celebration, says according to the International Labour Organization's convention, the state government has no power to remove him or any other labour leader from office. He was sacked alongside with the state chairman of the Nigeria Union of Teachers (NUT), Dare Lekoya, and others for alleged violation of the civil service rules during the celebration of the 2016 Teachers' Day in Abeokuta. But Ambali explained that he was never part of the NUT's arrangement for celebration and was only invited as the state chairman of NLC as guest at the event, maintaining that he remains non-partisan and would not compromise on the welfare of workers in the state. He asked the state government to use this year's Workers' Day celebration to resolve all labour issues, including the recall of sacked union leaders, payment of October 2016 salary, and the standard deductions from workers' salaries. The presidency says it will not allow the Nigerian elite to frustrate its ongoing war to rid the country of corruption. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, says the presidency is aware of the verbal attacks on the anti-corruption war and would not be distracted. President Muhammadu Buhari, according to him, has offended those he called several greedy elite by plugging many holes through which resources belonging to all Nigerians are looted by a few people. A number of the elite, according to the presidency, over the years have been benefiting from the various forms of corruption, including monthly payouts from the former National Security Advisor. The presidency says it is worried over comments by retired Colonel Abubakar Umar on the prosecution of corruption cases, adding that the former military governor is not in a position to criticize Buhari's government on such issues. Our Federal High Court in Abuja has rejected an application seeking the cancellation of the legal provision requiring deposit of money for granting of bail in cases before court. The plaintiff, Dr. A. Agmazure, had asked the court to cancel Section 165 subsection 2 of the Administration of Criminal Justice, which provides for such a bail, describing it as anti-people. The plaintiff argues that deposit of money for bail in court cases discriminates against defendants who are poor. Justice Gabriel Kolawole, in his judgment, rules that Section 165, subsection 2 of the Administration of Criminal Justice is lawful. Kano Emirate Council has dismissed allegation that the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Muhammadu Sanusi, squandered 6 billion naira since assuming office in June 2014. The council's senior officer in charge of finance, Bashir Lawal, made the denial at a news conference he addressed in Kano. He explained that Emir Sanusi inherited 1.9 billion naira and not 4 billion naira as is being alleged. Bashir also says the Emirates Council has spent only 4.3 billion naira since Emir Sanusi mounted the throne. A 51-year-old woman who attempted to jump from the third mainland bridge into the Lagos Lagoon last March 24th has been arraigned before the Ebute Metta Chief Magistrate Court. The accused, Taiwo Titilayo Momo, who is a trader at the Balogun market in central Lagos, was charged with attempted suicide and she pleaded not guilty to the charge. Chief Magistrate A.T. Elias granted a 500,000 naira bail with 2 sureties in like sum. The Chief Magistrate ordered that she be taken to a psychiatric hospital for evaluation of mental health and adjourned hearing till June 1st. The remains of Senator Isiaka Adeleke has been buried at his residence in Ede, Osun State, amid sweeping by political associates, families and friends. The body was brought to his Ede residence from Ladoke Akintola University Teaching Hospital, Osogbo, and was immediately buried after the Muslim prayers. In attendance at the burial were Governor Ibikunle Amosun of Ogun State, Governor Ayodele Fayose of Ekiti State, and Governor Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State. Meanwhile, Osun State government has declared a 3-day mourning period in honor of the late senator. During the period of mourning, the state government ordered that all flags must fly at half-mast. You are still listening to the Midday News on Rock City 101.9 FM. Up next, we bring you foreign, business and sport news. Please just stay with us. In foreign, a US submarine has arrived in South Korea amid worries of another North Korean missile, a nuclear test. It is a nuclear-powered submarine carrying 154 Tomahawk cruise missiles and 60 special operations troops and mini-subs, reported the South Korean newspaper Chosun Ilbo. The missile-armed US Michigan is set to join an incoming group of warships led by aircraft carrier Carl Vinson. North Korea is celebrating its Army's 85th founding anniversary on Tuesday, and it is marking the event with a large-scale firing drill. Tensions have risen in the area in recent weeks, with the US and North Korea exchanging heated rhetoric. The sister of Eman Abd el-Hati, an Egyptian woman thought to have been the world's heaviest, has accused doctors of lying about weight loss after surgery in India. She underwent surgery in Mumbai's Saifi Hospital, and last week doctors said she had lost 250 kilograms. But her sister said this was untrue, adding that her sister was in delicate health as she may have had a stroke. The row began on Monday when Miss Abdul El-Had's sister, Shama Teslim, released a short video on social media alleging that her sister was still unable to speak or move and had not lost as much weight as the hospital was claiming. But a spokeswoman for the hospital dismissed this, saying that Miss Abdul Hahati was weighed again on Monday and she now weighed 172 kilograms. The hospital says she is now fit into a wheelchair and can sit up for longer periods of time. Far-right French presidential candidate Marine Le Pen has announced that she is stepping aside as leader of a National Front FN party. The move comes just a day after she reached the second round of the French election, where she will face centrist Emmanuel Macron. Ms. Le Pen told French TV she needed to be above partisan and she was considering too many other things. She told France too that France was approaching a decisive moment. Ms. Le Pen said her decision had been made out of the profound conviction that the president must bring together all of the French people. Ms. Le Pen took over the FN leadership from her father, Jean-Marie Le Pen, in January 2011. The United Kingdom has predicted that Nigeria's population will exceed that of the US by the year 2050 and join China and India as the third world's largest. UK High Commissioner to Nigeria, Paul Arkwright speaking at a lecture to mark the 40th anniversary of Nigeria-British Chamber of Commerce in Lagos. The top diplomat also says Lagos, which emerges in 2016 as Africa's fifth largest economy, will soon set the pace and ease of doing business, while Nigeria will also join the top global economies. Arkwright also announces a 24-hour issuance of British visa, a maximum of 5 days of application by UK Embassy in Nigeria. At present, he says about 250,000 Nigerians are residing in the UK. Finally, sport news. Nigeria's 4x400 meters women's relay team has qualified for the 16th edition of the International Association of Athletic Federation IAAF World Championships, scheduled to hold in August 2016 in London. The quartet of reigning national 400-meter champion Patience Okon-George, Kwatamila Hodla, Ugonna Undu, Jennifer Daisy and Margaret Van Goshe achieved the feat on Saturday in Bahamas, where they qualified for the final of the event at the IAAF BTS World Release Bahamas 2017. The Nigerian ladies ran less than 3 minutes, that's 31.9 second personal season's best to come first, and the second semi-final to automatically qualify as one of the first 8th-place teams at the 2017 IAAF World Relays. That was the Midday news, and just before we go, the major stories once again. Presidency says it will not be distracted by illicit criticism of its anti-graft war. Kano Emirate dismisses allegations that Emir Sanusi squanders 6 billion naira. Senator Adeleke buried in his Ede home amidst weeping by supporters. In foreign, we told you that US submarine arrives in South Korea amidst warning from North Korea. And also, French presidential candidate quit as party leader ahead of runoff polls. For more stories and to listen to us live, please log on to our website www.rockcityfmradio.com/live. Thank you for listening. I am Damilola Aroyeun. Good afternoon.